That'd be crazy if
I'd be so mad.
Wouldn't that be crazy if we filmed the whole episode and I wasn't recording?
It's like our best episode yet.
How silly of me.
I'd go over there. I'd go over to your house and you just like have it recording. You'd see me like walking in.
I'm just a chill guy.
Welcome to Page to Picture. I'm your host, Kim.
And I'm your host, Tiff.
And today we are looking for the silver lining in life.
I know I am. Why would you make me say that?
Because you are looking for the silver lining.
I am. But today we are talking about...
Not today.
Not today, but today we are talking about the book and movie Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes, there will be spoilers, so if you have not read the book or watched the movie, hit pause and come back later. Otherwise, let's get into it.
Yep, so let's start off with the book. So the title is Silver Linings Playbook. The author is Matthew Quick, and the release date for this one was September 22nd, 2008. The genre is contemporary fiction, romance, and drama. The tropes for this one is mental health, second chances, opposites attract. I know. It's always the second chances.
I know.
Opposites attract and healing through love. Mm-hmm. So this is a little bit darker than Legally Blonde. A little bit more. We were
going
intense.
into like a lighter month.
Jokes on
we
you.
Lied.
I know. And this is the blurb. So Pat is determined to get his life back on track after a stint in a mental institution, where he was sent after an unfaithful betrayal by his wife. As Pat moves back into his parents' home, he tries to reassemble his life, determined to win back his wife, Nikki, and reconnect with his former life. However, his world takes an unexpected turn when he meets Tiffany, a young widow with her own troubled past, both struggling with... Both struggling
like Tiffany and like do you want to is that what you want to be?
Never mind. Both struggling with their mental health and their personal demons. They form an unlikely partnership. Together they navigate the complexities of life, relationships, and their own journeys toward healing. Through unexpected moments and surprising connections, the Silver Lining Playbook is a heartfelt exploration of love, hope, and the idea that even in the darkest times, there's always a silver lining. Aww.
Total Dumbledore line.
Literally.
So, facts about the movie. The title is Silver Linings Playbook. It was directed by David O. Russell. Release date was November 16, 2012. And once again, I love a stacked cast for a movie.
We love this cast. It's a really good one.
So, as Pat, you have Bradley Cooper. Mm-hmm. And Bradley Cooper was in movies such as A Star is Born, American Sniper, American Hustle, The Hangover, and he's also the voice of Rocket in the Guardians MCU's Snitchuation.
I love A Star is Born.
Oh my god, I cry so hard. I
cry so much. And she goes,
me too.
And I was like, stop. You're ugly. Stop. You're ugly for that.
So hard. I literally had that song that she sings at the end on like my playlist.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it.
I love it so much. And then as Tiffany, you have Jennifer Lawrence, who you will know in Hunger Games, American Hustle, No Hard Feelings, and she's Raven in the newer X-Men movies, and she was also in Passengers.
Mm-hmm.
As Pat Sr., you have the legendary Robert De Niro. Enough said, that man is a legend in the movie industry. I feel like everyone knows at least one thing he's been in.
Everyone has to know who
Not
Robert
gonna
De Niro
list his
is.
movies.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
It would be a dishonor if you listed his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is just enough.
Yeah, literally.
As Dolores, you have Jackie Weaver, and she was in Bird Box, The Grudge, Father Stew, Memoir of a Snail, and she was in a couple episodes of Yellowstone. Danny is played by Chris Tucker, and you will know Chris Tucker from movies such as Air, Friday, Fifth Element, Jackie Brown, and he's obviously in the Rush Hour movies with Jackie Chan.
We love the Rush Hour movies.
I love Fifth Element. Jose and I always quote
that
it.
That movie is so good.
Can I have no fire?
That movie is so good. And I feel like it's so underrated, The Fifth
I
Element.
love the blue alien, and she's like this.
Yeah, when she's singing opera, she's like busting out the moves, man.
So as Ronnie, you have John Ortiz, and John Ortiz is in movies such as Sergeant Bilko, The Fallout, Peppermint, and I know him as Braga in the Fast and Furious series.
Oh my god, he is!
I was like, that's Braga, dude. That's Braga.
That is so funny. I didn't even notice that.
And then as Jake, you have Shea Wiggum, and he was in Boardwalk Empire, and he's also in Fast and Furious. He's the one that Paul Walker like punches in the nose.
Uh-huh.
He's that like
Yeah.
other agent. And then he's also in American Hustle, and he's in First Man.
Yep.
And then as Veronica, you have Julia Stiles, who
Love
I love
her.
Julia Stiles. So she is in classics such as 10 Things I Hate About You, Save the Last Dance, Down to You, the entire Born Identity series, and recently directed the adaptation, which I want to watch so bad. I need to read it. We have to do an episode on this. Wish You Were Here. It's a book. It's a book that got turned into a movie, and Julia Stiles directed it, and it looks so good. It looks so sad.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Wait, it's with the guy from Aladdin, the remake Aladdin,
The live
version. Yeah, we have to do it. I really want to do it.
Okay, we can. Can I just say though, the 10 Things I Hate About You there's a little in my heart. There's a little room, and it's just that, and it's untouched always because I love Heath Ledger. I love everything about that movie. I love how she is, and I love how he. Like, they are, and I could care less about the other people's romance in the movies, but, like, their romance... Anyways.
How I feel about Save the Last Dance, no?
Okay. When she does her
hip-hop
in front of Juilliard.
I love it. I love Down to You with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh my god, you know what I watched last night? I watched, what the fuck is the name of it? With Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. And the girl's like ugly or artsy or whatever, and she's
that.
Yes. And Matthew Lillard. It's amazing.
He's so extra. Paul Walker's in there.
Yeah, I know everyone's in it. Stacked cast.
That's a stacked cast.
I love that movie. I was watching it and I was like, oh my god.
Last night,
Matthew Lillard was in it.
Last night, I fell asleep to Princess Diaries 2.
I hate you.
I loved it. And all I could do was look at Chris Pine's lips because that's all you talk about.
They're nothing, right? There's nothing there.
I don't know. Unless they put a little shade in the movie.
Just skin. What if people ask? What if people like try, like the artist, they try to put something on there? He's like, no. This is my signature. This is my signature look.
We need lip liner.
We need some color. Color in there? They put lip liner. The person's putting lip liner, but like you can hear her. She's like, I don't know where it starts and where it ends.
I can't stand you. Okay, so it was a good segment. Into our new segment that we like to call the Hathaway Connection. And this is a segment where we take one or two main actors and how we connect them to the legendary Anne Hathaway.
Love her.
And I actually have 5 actors. I want to try to connect. Okay, so Bradley Cooper. I have it here. Are you ready? Okay. Bradley Cooper was in Valentine's Day with Anne
Hathaway. You're so right.
And I believe, if memory serves me correct, they are the ones who talk on the plane. Like, she's in the military.
Yes.
Like, they actually,
no, it's not her. It's
that's
Julia Roberts and Bradley Cooper.
Oh wait, then who's Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway is isn't she with Ashton Kutcher?
Is she with Ashton Kutcher? Or is she the flower? She's the flower person?
I don't know, but there's a
Oh, I'm gonna watch the
movie.
trailer.
Okay.
I don't know.
It comes every year whether you like it or not.
No, Anne Hathaway gets with the guy that I don't like from
Oh,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
I'd like to send a dozen of those to the best
I don't like him.
Your wife?
I know.
10 years old.
No, I'm sorry.
And it's actually Ashton Kutcher who owns the flowers.
Yeah.
My
See,
fault.
yeah, Julia
Okay,
Roberts, Bradley Cooper.
Okay, you're right.
Disaster.
Okay, I'm gonna go now, okay.
It can be confusing.
Oh my
Valentine's Day
god.
today?
Hello?
No, it's a Monday. Valentine's Day always falls on a Thursday.
Who's your head? That's Thanksgiving.
And it can be complicated.
Oh, it's Jessica Biel and
Yeah.
Can't be planned.
Aww.
Talking that.
But at the
we
end of
literally
the day,
any actors that we
Oh
do,
yeah,
we can,
Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner.
Oh my gosh, I totally love
we
that.
can connect them
crazy
here.
about her.
Davian wrote his number on my hand.
There you have it, young love, full of promise, full of hope.
Not with Taylor Swift. What?
Literally.
My father said to me, "You're ever with a woman that's too good for you, marry her." Happy Valentine's Day.
Isn't she cheating on him? Or
I don't know
something
if
like
she's
that?
cheating.
One of them cheats, right? Oh my god! Oh my god! The
Patrick Dempsey's
McSteamy?
cheating.
Yes.
Patrick Dempsey's cheating. The stack is the
Latifah.
cast is stacked.
Was it Stalin who said, "No retreat, no surrender"?
I think that was from a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Aw, makes me wanna watch it.
No.
That's a stripper song.
Yes, have another bottle of wine.
Valentine's Day
I
is about
love movies
anger,
that have they're all
disappointment,
interconnected somehow.
I know.
Mating.
Discretion,
Sparkly.
commitment.
I love it. I love hype.
Taylor Swift.
It's been so long.
Valentine I have ever had. But just don't tell the other kids we had a date in the bar. It's just a little inappropriate.
Okay, so anyways,
All right, let me put my notes back up because I had to put them away. Okay.
So Bradley Cooper was in Valentine's Day with Anne Hathaway. That was like
Yes.
one movie connection.
Yep.
You want to do Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh
Go
my
right
god,
ahead.
yes, because this just came to me a minute ago. So Jennifer Lawrence was in the Hunger Games with the legendary Stanley Tucci, which we also have
The
a
Tooch.
Tucci connection. And he
Yeah.
obviously was in the Devil Wears Prada with Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Love it.
Or Witches with Anne Hathaway.
Oh yeah,
Whichever-
either way. Whichever movie, because they have only had 2 movies together, but they're the
Whichever-
powerful duo.
Whichever connection / highway you want to go. If you want to take the choo choo train or if you want to do the Hathaway connection.
Exactly.
If you want to do the Hathaway highway or the choo choo train.
Hathaway Highway. I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you want to do Robert De Niro too?
Yes, Robert De Niro was in The Intern with Anne Hathaway. That's just one.
Connected.
Yep.
One. Okay, so Chris Tucker. I have it. Hold on.
Okay.
I just had it. I hate myself for having them and then exiting them out.
Oh no.
Please hold. Oh, Chris Tucker was in Air
Uh-huh.
with. Wait, hold on. Chris Tucker was in Air with Ben Affleck. And Ben Affleck was in The Last Thing He Wanted with Anne Hathaway.
Oh, I totally
That was
forgot about that
hard.
movie.
I forgot about Air, and I remember watching Air. That was a good one.
Okay, now do Julia Stiles because that one has
Okay.
been racking my brain.
Julia Stiles was in 10 Things I Hate About You with
Yes.
Heath Ledger.
Yes.
And Heath Ledger was in Brokeback Mountain
Ugh.
with Anne Hathaway.
She was
Anne Hathaway
in that.
connection.
I
Mhm.
totally forgot. Oh
She's
my
like, what the wives or
God.
whatever.
Yeah. It's a good one. Very
Yeah.
good.
Julia
Very, very
Stiles.
good.
No. Okay. So before we get into the movie and the book,
Uh-huh.
what is your situation with Silver Linings Playbook prior to this podcast? Like,
I
what's
watched
your history?
I watched the movie when it first came out and I was in high school. No, I think I had just graduated. I watched it after because I graduated in 2013. So I watched it after because I remember I watched it and mom was there, but mom was like asleep. So I put it on and I watched it. And I remember being like, this is really, because I was in, you know, my emo phase. I was really like sad and depressed. And I was like, why is this movie so sad and like it calls to me? And then I never watched it ever again. But like, I just remember watching it and being like, at first I was confused as to what the hell was going on. But then like, after some time, I was like, okay, I kind of, yeah, okay, they're both crazy. But it's sad and I get why they're crazy. So yeah. And also, I was like watching and reading a lot of like sad stuff back then. So like that was just, it fell in the line of what
resonated with
yes.
you. I remember watching it either right when it came out or like the time that it came out. And I didn't really remember watching it again for this podcast, but I remember watching it and not feeling anything towards it.
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, I don't understand. Like, it was like dry humor. Like, I just didn't connect at all.
Yeah.
And when I watched it again now, and after I read the book, I was like, this movie is so good. It's like a masterpiece. Like, no wonder she won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that, like, movies that I watched in my 20s or even in my teen years, and then movies that I watch now, like, my perspective has completely changed because, like, from the time that, like, they first came out to now, like, so much has happened in my own personal life, right? Be it the people that I've met, experiences that I've had, having a family, like my view on like movies have changed for me.
Yeah.
Movies that I watched back then that I didn't really care for and didn't understand, I can watch them now and like I have a whole new perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's how I felt with Silver Linings Playbook. So when I read the book and then I watched the movie again, I just was like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it all. I understand the message behind it. There was like emotions there with like Robert De Niro and then like with Bradley Cooper, like everyone connected and it flowed so good. So I really, really enjoyed this movie and I actually really enjoyed the book. I was really surprised.
Yeah. It's very artsy and poetic, but like also not, you know what I mean? Like there's like an undertone.
Like, there's a light.
There's an undertone of like poetic sadness.
Yeah, well,
in
and it like sheds a light on like mental health. You know what I mean? And I thought I was gonna hate the book, or I thought I was gonna be bored by the book, because it's not my really like my genre, my type of books to read. But when I read it first and then I watched the movie. So when I read it, I was surprised like how much I actually enjoyed reading it. And I thought it was like funny. And I thought like there were parts where like I laughed and there were parts where I was like shocked. I was like, what? And then when I watched the movie, I remember thinking like, oh, it's like so similar to the book.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple differences, but I was like, oh, it's similar to the book. And then this was an instance where I was like, I feel like they're equal playing fields, the movie and the book.
Yeah.
Like I don't think one is superior than the other. I think it's like they're very like equal.
Yeah. When we talked about it last, I compared the book to a adult version of Perks of Being a Wallflower. Do you get that same?
Yes.
Now that you've read it,
yes.
It's very, very much like Perks of Being a Wallflower for young adults is exactly what Silver Lining Playbook is.
It's a perfect
adults.
Yeah, I think that's a good, what's it called? And that movie, I was just looking, Perks of Being a Wallflower also came out in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when I watched Perks in 2012, I related to that more because I was in like the early 20s versus this movie where they're older and I didn't really get it. But now that I'm older in my 30s and I watch it, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
I connect more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I connect more.
Yeah, I connected to both.
Of course.
I was a 30-year-old in a 18-year-old person's body.
You're like, I had a lot of issues.
So now I'm
I had to work out.
60 in a 30-year-old's body.
Okay, what is it? Benjamin Button.
Oh my god, I love Benjamin
Yeah, you do.
Button.
Calm down.
You remember I used to always watch it. It's so good. I
Always.
don't know what it is about that movie. It's just
I
so
don't know
good.
either. You're like
It's so-
obsessed with it.
It's so good.
I'm like, maybe I'll watch it now. When I watched it when it first came out, I did not
You
care
hated
for
it
but
because I constantly watched it.
maybe now when I watch it though, I could have a new appreciation towards it.
Yeah, you should
It's
watch
been
it
a
because it's really
while.
good. Do Moulin Rouge too, because I know you haven't seen that in a hot minute.
Yeah, but you know what I did watch recently was Chicago. I
love Chicago.
I love that movie so much. I love the songs.
Love it.
Anyway, we're going off track. Okay. So I just wanted to highlight some differences from the book and the movie. But I think overall the entire premise was pretty much the same. The blurb and then the synopsis of the movie are pretty much the same, but there were just like some key differences. Like when I read the book and then I watched the movie, I was like, oh my god, like I told Jose, I was like, that wasn't in the book. Or in the book they changed that. Like I specifically said it. I was like, whoa. Okay. Do you want to do the first one?
Okay. So the first one is Pat being in the mental health facility. Okay, so in the book, he was in there for 4 years in the facility, which is like a crazy amount of time.
I shocked.
Yeah, so when his time being in the facility, he experienced memory loss that caused him to forget how long he actually was there. And the reasons, like he completely forgot like the reasons why he was admitted to the facility in the first place, which 4 years, like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But
like in the book, he like gets out and then they ask like, or they go to the stadium and they're like, no, that stadium's gone now. Like it's now this stadium. And he's like, how long have I been? He asks, he's like, how long have I been in there? And they're like, 4 years. And he's like, what the fuck?
A long time. That's a really long time. So yeah, so in the book he was in there for like a really long period of time. However, in the movie he was only in there for 8 months. And he doesn't have any memory loss, and he knows exactly why he was in there, which we don't forget throughout the movie. He brings it up quite a bit, but that's one of the differences is the time period and what happens in the facility.
Yeah,
that's
in the
difference.
book. You kind of they don't really reveal it until the end when he reveals it in the book, like why he's in there and like why his relationship with Nikki is no longer. And in the movie, it's like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
scene.
you literally beat up her lover.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so another difference is Pat talks to Nikki in person in the movie. So Nikki is the ex-wife, okay? In the book, Pat goes to see Nikki when he finds out that the letters are fake. However, since he was in the facility for 4 years, obviously time has passed, and when he goes to Nikki's house, homegirl's already moved on with kids and a new man. And Pat, at the very end of the movie, he's like at peace finally, and he's like okay with Nikki like living her like best life
at the end of the book.
At the end of the book, thank you. He's happy and at peace with Nikki, like having her own life, and he like lets her go essentially. Because that's the whole book. The whole purpose is that he is trying to get back with Nikki. Because the whole book, he's like, we're having a part-time. It's called a part-time. We are in a part-time. We are taking time off.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll get back together once our part-time is over. She'll be so proud of me because I'm losing weight. I'm reading her book list from her syllabus. I'm doing all these things. And then finally at the end of the book, when he builds his relationship with Tiffany, he's like, okay, that she's moved on.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's like literally obsessed with Nikki in the movie, okay? Pat finds out the truth in both book and movie, that the letters aren't real. Like they weren't written by Nikki. But in the film, he actually talks to Nikki in person at the end of the dance scene. So Nikki attends Pat and Tiffany's dance competition, and after their performance, he goes to talk to her. They make small talk, and Nikki seems impressed by how much Pat has changed, which is everything he wanted. However, he decides to leave Nikki behind when Tiffany leaves upon seeing them together, and Pat's father encourages him to go after her.
Yeah.
So at the end of both, he parts way with Nikki and obviously goes for Tiffany, but the ending is like different.
Yeah. Like she's not up in a house with kids and a new man.
No, she like showed up, and then
Yeah.
fucking Julia Stiles is like, she's gonna be so proud to see Pat, and then Jennifer Lawrence is like, "You're killing me!"
Yeah.
Like, she's like, "You're killing me!"
I love it. I love how Jennifer Lawrence was this entire movie.
Me too.
So unhinged. I loved it.
Means the diner scene.
Yeah, when she's
It's so epic.
I love it.
When she like knocks everything down and she like storms out. She, like,
she goes out
flips
the
him
window and she's like
oh my
Love it.
god.
Okay. So another one is gambling and Robert De Niro. So in the movie really gave Robert De Niro more of a character arc, and it helped us see more of like the family dynamic with Pat and his dad, especially with like the gambling subplot.
Yeah.
But in the book, while Pat's father also loves the Eagles in the book, he doesn't bet on them like he does in the film. So there's no like gambling. It's not like
It's
a
like
major.
intense.
Yeah. In the movie,
What?
I don't know. I just couldn't imagine Robert De Niro. There's like a
What?
scene. I can't remember which one it is, but never mind. Okay. I have to think about it.
Okay. The movie. Okay. You're like laughing about it.
I know.
What is it?
No, I can't remember.
Okay. In the movie, Robert De Niro's character, you could tell. So them putting that story, that subplot about Robert De Niro, it helped show that in Pat's life, like his family is not perfect. Like like there's so much stress in that family, and his dad has anger issues because in the book they mention, in the book and in the movie, Robert De Niro's dad isn't allowed at the Eagles stadium games anymore because he like beat up another person.
Yeah.
He's got, like major anger issues.
Yeah.
And then throughout the movie, he's got like OCD. It's like he says, like, you have OCD, like with your rituals and the way you have things lined up, and like Pat's like telling his dad, like, you have a problem essentially. And it's funny because like Pat also has a problem. Pat's bipolar. So you could just tell that like there's something in the family. It kind of runs in the family. There are issues. There's like a scene where Robert De Niro is like crying to Bradley Cooper in the movie.
Yeah.
That scene makes me cry.
It's really sad.
It's
when
like
I see Robert De Niro,
so
when I see
good.
Robert De Niro like sad or like cry, it makes me sad because
You don't like seeing
he's like
old
an old
people
man.
sad.
Yeah, he's an
don't
old
see
man.
sad
I
old
hate it.
people.
If you want to have a really good tearjerker movie and you're a director, put an old person crying
It's sad.
or an old person falling.
Sad. Getting hurt in any kind of way. Sad.
Sad. It's so sad.
But yeah, Robert De Niro's character I thought was really good in this movie, and it helps. I feel like his character helps give us insight into Pat's life, Pat's relationship with his dad, the relationship with his mom, and then also the relationship with Tiffany, because there's a part where like she's like, he needs to practice with me for the dance in the movie, and he's like, no, he needs to go to the game with my other son because he needs to help us win money. Remember?
Yeah.
And then there's a part where she comes there and she's like, you're an idiot. She's like, you think that the Eagles lost because he wasn't with, or because he ended up being with me or something like that. And she's like, let me tell you. She's like, let me tell you. She's like, and then she schools him, like, when the Eagles won here, where was he? He was with me. The Eagles won here, we were running. The Eagles won this game, we were together doing this. And she's like, if anything, I am the good luck charm. And he's like, you got a good point.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
He's like, that makes
You're
sense.
invited next time.
Yeah, like,
he's like, go to the stadium.
love the
We'll win for
dynamic
sure.
there.
Yeah, I love it. I like it.
Um,
Also shows this what is it? The dysfunctional family. aspect of it, which I love. I love seeing dysfunctional families in books and
You
movies
love it.
because not everyone's perfect, honey. Okay.
Yeah, and it's there's this in the book. It's funny because in the book, I feel like the mom of Pat, she's more vocal in the book. There's a scene where the mom tells Pat in the book, like, don't clean up after your father, don't do this. Like, all I do is take care of you guys, and he needs to take responsibility. And she like goes out and gets drunk with like Tiffany, and like there's a whole story in the book with the mom, and I feel like there isn't really that much of a story in the book in the movie with the mom. I feel like they gave it to Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in the book, Robert De Niro's character is there, but there isn't. Like, I feel like he's almost in the back burner.
Yeah,
and
like his
up
presence
front.
isn't as dominant.
Yeah, not like the mom. The mom's presence, I feel like, was way more.
Mhm.
And in the movie, that's kind of flipped. I feel like the mom's presence is like backseated, and then the dad, Robert De Niro, is more like up front.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ending is different. So in the book, Tiffany apologizes for faking the notes from Nikki before revealing to Pat that she's actually in love with him. And Tiffany then gives Pat a cloud recognition manual, like so a cloud book, to help him recognize clouds because he's always looking at the clouds in the book. And she says they pretty much tell each other that they need each other before the book ends.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie is like so dramatic.
I know.
So Pat, I love this scene though. Like Pat chases after Tiffany, who stormed out of the dance competition when she saw Pat talking to Nikki. Why does Jennifer Lawrence run so weird?
I don't know. We don't talk about it because I was thinking that too.
Does she run weird in all movies, or is it just this movie that she runs weird? Because she's like chaotic.
I feel like it's just this movie because in Hunger Games when she runs, she's very more like
run.
Yeah, she's like running, you know? Okay. This one I feel like she's
like,
just yeah.
Do you know exactly what I'm talking about?
Yes, she is. I feel like they were like
run chaotically.
And she goes, say less.
With her flats. Girl was running.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Pat then gives Tiffany a letter telling her that he knows it was her who faked the letter from Tiffany. He then tells her he loves her, and he knew at the moment that he met her, and he was like sorry that it took so long for him to realize. And in the end, we see Tiffany and Pat together at Pat's home, getting ready for a Sunday football game. And it's just like a nice little like bow for them. You know what I mean? I love that scene.
Yeah.
When he runs after her and he like gives her the letter and she's like, give it to her yourself, you fucker. Like,
yeah, I love her so much. And that scene, I love a good chase after her.
Yeah.
Whether it's in a book or in a movie, if the girl walks away and the man doesn't chase after her or does some grand gesture, I don't want it.
It's so good.
I don't want them to run into each other and they're fine. I want him to chase after her ass.
So you don't want a Dear John ending,
no,
where they run into each other.
No, that was the only thing I didn't like about it.
After.
That was the only thing I didn't like about it was that they just ran into each other. I wanted him to chase after her, or I wanted her to chase after him.
Yeah,
more so. I want her to chase after him because she's the one that fucked up.
It was on her. It was on her.
Okay,
agreed. Yeah, I thought this ending, the movie ending, was so cute.
Yeah.
I like the book ending too.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they made it like Nikki had her own life and how he just like accepted it because he realized he loved Tiffany. Yeah, I really liked it. I like the movie ending though. It can like the feels with the movie ending.
Yeah.
What is your favorite like scene? Book or movie, or from both, like where you're like, I love that they brought this scene into the movie. Sounds good.
I'm trying to think.
Scene too,
I'm
the
trying
ending.
to think. Because I like when they meet, but
Yeah. At the sister. Okay, wait. The sister, Veronica, Julia Stiles' character in the movie, she's like so ridiculous. But in the book, it's like so crazy because in the book they have a baby, right? Ronnie and Veronica, and they take Ronnie, Veronica, and Pat and Tiffany. They all go to the beach, okay, in the book. And they go to the beach, and then Tiffany and Veronica walk off to go do something. And Ronnie is like falling asleep with the baby on the sand. So Pat takes the baby and is like, "Oh, you want to go to the water?" And they like go to the water, and he's like in the water with the baby, and like the waves are coming in. And then he realizes that like they're yelling for him. So he like goes back, and Veronica is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you take my baby to the ocean?" And he's like, "We were just having a good time. Like, I'm not gonna put her in danger." Because in the book, he like loves their baby so much because he wants to have a baby with Nikki. So he's like, there's like a connection he feels, and he's like, "I want to have a baby with Nikki." And he's like, "I would never hurt her." And the freaking Veronica's like, "I can't believe you. Like, I don't trust you with my child," and blah, blah, blah. And it's like yelling at Ronnie, like, "Why were you sleeping? Like, why would you leave our baby with him? And you know what he's been through, what he's done." And it, like, my heart broke so bad for him.
Sad.
And then Tiffany, like, chases, because, you know, the whole thing is, like, running. So, like, Tiffany, like, chases Pat, and they have, like, their own little moments, and, like, they have fun together. And it just makes me so sad. Like, that Veronica in the book and in the movie kind of, like, made me so sad for Pat because they just, like, judge him. You know what I mean?
That's like a good Veronica's a good like representation of society and how they see people that have been in mental facilities, because people think that all the time. Like, if you go to a mental facility, you're fucking crazy, and you put people
or go to therapy, or
like you
whatever.
put people in harm's way or whatever, when it's like that's not even the case.
I love the therapist in both the movie and in the book.
Yeah.
He's so funny, and I love the Eagles like thing that they got going on, and how I can't remember in the movie, and they named that bus. It's like the Asian persuasion bus or something like that. What did they name it? Hold on. What's the bus in Silver Linings Playbook? Okay, wait. My favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes besides the diner scene in the movie, is when Pat, which is Bradley Cooper, is reading the book from her list, and there's like a montage of him reading and flipping, and then he gets to the end, he closes the book, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he like throws the book out the window, and then he barges into his parents' bedroom at 4 a.m, and he's like, "I need to talk about this book because," and he like goes off on the book.
Ernest Hemingway? Yeah.
I was like, this is the most relatable.
It really is.
Scene for anyone who loves a book, like to finish a book and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, toss your shit. I thought that scene was so funny.
I like the scene. I like all of the scenes. The scene where she's like talking to him about Nikki, and she's like, "Come walk to me like I'm Nikki, but you're not Nikki," and he does it anyways.
The dance?
Yeah, she's like, "You feel that? That's emotion." He goes, "I feel nothing."
I love them,
but I just love
much.
their
chemistry.
All of their lines. Yeah, the chemistry is so well. It's so like, because like I feel like I could walk in on a conversation just like that. Like if someone was like, "Walk to me like I'm Nikki," okay, but you're not. Does it?
It's so good. I
love all of it. And when he always asks about her husband, she's like, "Can we go through one fucking conversation without talking about my dead fucking husband?"
Yeah. I love how she's just like, who gives a fuck about Nikki? She's like, fuck Nikki.
I know.
Like, she's so over Nikki. I love it.
I love her. Just The amount of cursing she does is the amount of cursing I do on a daily basis.
She's so unhinged.
I am
I love it
Tiffany.
so much.
Quite literally.
I really, I mean, this leads into our next segment of like our thoughts of the book and the adaptation and like where we place it. For the book, I was really, really surprised. Like I said, how much I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I did the Audible version, and you know I don't like a single voice, like when it's like a one person doing the voices.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoyed this one.
Was the Audible a man?
Yeah.
And when he did Nikki and Tiffany's voice, was it funny?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Like, I liked it. I liked it. And I think I liked it too because the story itself was so good
Yeah.
that it didn't bother me, that I just went through it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it didn't bug me.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I know we have The Hating Game and Crazy Rich Asians, and I will tell you, The Hating Game, I'm not hating it, but I'm like struggling to read it.
I'm only on chapter 1 and I don't want to.
I'm
I don't know if I want to pick it up yet
struggling.
again.
And it's
Maybe I should
almost
do the
one of-
audio.
Maybe because maybe I should do too because I'm struggling to read it.
Yeah, I feel like I should do the audiobook because the
Um,
physical book is like I'm only on chapter
Yeah.
1 or 2, I think. I'm very early on and I'm
Me
already
too.
like, do I have to finish this?
I know. I was like, do I want to? Should I watch the movie first and then read the book? But I was like, no, I want to read the book and then watch the
'cause
movie.
if you watch
but
the movie
I'm-
first, you're just not gonna read the book.
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna give this. First of all, I'm gonna give the book like a 4 out of 5.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the storyline. It flowed very nicely. Is this the type of books that I will continue reading on my own for personally fun? Probably not. It's just not my thing, but I did enjoy the book itself. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the Audible version, and I believe on Goodreads I ended up doing 4 out of 5. So I'm gonna stick with 4 out of 5 for the book, and
Yeah.
I'll probably put it at number 2 on my list on my rating.
Yeah. I would give it a 4 as well. If you had asked me like 10 years ago or 5 years ago even if I would read books like this, I would be like, yes, because I feel
Mhm.
it. But now I'm
Of
really
course.
into like the smutty fairies and stalking demons and
course.
stuff. So I probably wouldn't pick this up on my own, but I did like it. So 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think I'd put this on a number 2 as well for mine.
Okay.
Because yeah, I don't know. There's this weird like connection I feel with the book, so
Yeah, of course. It's way better than Legally Blonde, I'll tell you that much. Okay, and where would you rate the movie as far as on our list? So we both put Legally Blonde at number 2. Where would you put Silver Linings Playbook?
I would put it at a number 3.
Same. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I would rate the movie a 4.5.
I can't wait till we rate Hunger Games.
Oh my god, when are we doing that? Because I've been
Okay,
itching.
the book is coming out in like 10 days. So
Have you seen the special editions of the Hunger Game books?
I know. Yes.
I want to
they're
get
so
them
cute.
so bad.
I want to buy them too because I've never read the books ever.
Yeah, I've never read the books.
I've watched the movies. I've never read the books. So I would say maybe this summer we work on the books.
Yeah. I love the special editions. They're so fucking pretty. And I've been
I
itching to watch the
know.
Hunger Games because every couple of months, just like Harry Potter and Twilight, I
Same.
rotate. I constantly.
Same.
So I've been like, okay, I'm gonna watch Hunger Games. I'm like, no, because I want to do the. Because what if when we do the podcast, I'm not in the mood to watch Hunger Games? And I was like,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put Harry Potter.
No, I'm the same way. Same way.
I always have 4 in rotation. I have Harry Potter, I have the Hunger Games, I have Twilight, and I have all of the Marvel movies. But like the actual MCU, not like the new
Original.
crowd. Yeah, the OG Avengers, like them.
Yeah.
So
I feel like maybe this summer this will be our comeback episode when we take our break
yeah,
and we come back with
coming back
The Hunger
strong
Games.
with PETA.
Is it 3?
It's
2.
It's 3.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
Because aren't they District 13?
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
where the one is, but Okay.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley fucking Tucci, man. I love him. He's so
We can't
good in
use
that
Stanley
movie.
Tucci for the Hathaway connection. We have to do other characters.
Okay,
That's
well,
insane.
every other character we could be like, well, they're in Hunger Games with Stanley Tucci and Stanley Tucci.
Can't stand you. We're taking the Tooch train.
The Tucci train.
Okay, so I put this one at number 3 for our movie rating too.
I feel like I already know where Crazy
too.
Rich Asians is gonna go because I love that movie so
I
much.
love that
The
movie
wedding
so
scene
hard.
literally brings me
that
to tears
movie.
every time. The wedding scene when they're playing mahjong on the table,
Yeah.
and she said, "Bitch." Like, I love it.
At the very end when they have the song Yellow playing, but it's in like
I love
I
it.
love this movie
It's so
so
much.
much.
And the
I know.
unhingedness of like the
mom.
No, the unhingedness of the friend that has that party on the yacht, and it's like this huge massive.
Oh, he's like I have no
my
idea what
favorite
his
side
deal is.
character. Favorite side character. I can't wait to read the book because I'm hoping
Me
that he has a lot of
too.
lines because there's no way in the movie they put a character like that in that movie just for him
Mhm.
to just be there. I hope he has like Riddick vibes. Like I hope
Did
he
you
gives
know-
Riddick vibes.
I'm not gonna say it because we'll talk about it when we do our episode, but I'll say it, but I'll cut it out here. Did you know they're gonna do a TV series, a Crazy Rich Asians TV series with the original cast, I think, or something like that?
Really?
hmm
Like how?
I don't know, something like that. I have to pull more information when we do our episode. When we do our episode, I'll have to like do more research. But I saw on social media they're like, I don't know if it's the original cast, but they're gonna do a Crazy Rich Asians TV series.
I'm not mad about it.
Me either. So, but I'm excited.
They should do another movie.
I think they
because
are.
the author of the Crazy Rich Asians has another book. I think it's in this. I don't know if it's in the same universe, like same people but different story, or if it's
More on
something else.
the
But it's
cousin. What's her name?
the one that got married.
The one who's like the nicest person ever and is just like
Oh yeah. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
the one that got married. Doesn't she remind you of like Denise?
Yeah, she does. Yes.
Like hardcore. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is a segment that we like to call culture
There
reference.
it
Did you
is.
hear it?
Yep, I
The-
did. Yep.
And-
I didn't hear that part, but yeah. Yeah, there.
You're there.
that one sounded like so far away.
Are you
Like it was
serious?
like an echo. It was great. Loved it.
You try.
I can't.
Okay. Okay.
Wait.
Good job. It's good.
Thank you.
It sounded like a raindrop.
I had spit. I had
I can't stand
spit.
you.
You probably could see the spit. I had it. It flew.
Okay, so so some fun culture references. So Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper have been in 4 movies together, Silver Lining Playbook being their first movie together. The other ones were American Hustle, which we listed earlier in the episode for
Yeah.
a lot of people were actually in that movie.
Yes.
Joy and Serena.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those.
I've seen American Hustle and
Is Joy the one with the mop?
huh?
Is Joy the one where she like invents the mop? Jennifer Lawrence? What's that one that she invents like the mop?
Maybe it's that one. I didn't know she invented the mop. Have you seen Jennifer Lawrence in Mother or Mom or something like that?
No, I can't watch that.
It's weird.
I know, that's why I can't watch it. Oh my god, Robert De Niro's in Joy also. Hello?
The Hathaway connection.
Is that like a trip? Like, are they all together?
I don't know, but I'm not mad about it.
Me either. Wait, is this the one though? Oh yeah, Joy is the one where she like invented a mop where like
Oh, where she tries to sell it outside of her car or something?
yes.
Yes.
That's this movie.
I've seen clips.
I've seen clips too on TikTok, but that's
Yeah,
not
that's what I've seen. You know how you can watch like a whole movie on TikTok
Yeah, I can't stand it.
with the lines and they keep flipping it, or like there's like a filter that looks like glass.
I hate it. I hate TikTok so bad. But it makes me like, oh, I need to watch this movie.
Sometimes I feel like I should make a burner account and post stuff like that because those bitches get views, man. They get money off that shit.
Because then you're like, oh wait, what's part 2? And then you like go deep dive.
Literally. Okay.
All right, go ahead with the second one.
So this one I did not know, and I'm very excited about.
The Hathaway connection.
Because Mark Wahlberg and Anne Hathaway were initially set to lead in the Silver Linings Playbook, which I feel like is a good thing because I can't see Anne Hathaway being crazy. Not saying that she's got amazing acting skills and it ranges, but I just feel like I can't see her act crazy like Jennifer Lawrence act crazy. Like Jennifer Lawrence is like Tiffany, and I love it. And I also can't see Mark Wahlberg being Bradley Cooper. And I feel like the only reason they wanted Mark Wahlberg was because of his accent, because of where the book and movie is set, and Robert De Niro's the dad, you know. So
yeah, but now it like makes even more sense that it was what's his name, because he's a diehard
Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm. So it just kind of like plays out better.
Yeah.
I think I read that. What was Mark Wahlberg doing? Hold on, I have to see it.
I feel like this almost blows my mind, just like how what's that guy in Mission Impossible's name? Tom Cruise was supposed to be Iron Man.
I know.
Like,
excuse me? Ew.
I'm glad it didn't work out because that would have been not good. I feel like the MCU wouldn't be where it is now if it was that.
I'm trying to see what they were. Oh, Hathaway dropped out because of scheduling conflict with The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh my god, I love it.
And I don't know why Mark Wahlberg, he was just being extra. It said in October 2011, it was suggested that Mark Wahlberg had demanded a clause in the contract for Silver Linings Playbook. This clause reportedly stipulated that the production would compensate him to the tune of $900,000 if Anne Hathaway left the project. And the people, they were like, never mind, we're going to do fucking Bradley Cooper. You're too extra, Mark Wahlberg.
It wouldn't, I feel like the movie wouldn't have won any of its awards or any, like, it wouldn't have been recognized if it was with Mark Wahlberg. And no shame to them, they're amazing actors, but it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how that happens, but
yeah.
This movie was shot in 33 days.
Which is crazy. Just a month.
It's so good.
Just a month and some change. What?
Just a month and some change.
That's
I've never heard that. I've never heard that. I love that so much. When's your next appointment? In a month and some change.
Everyone's gonna start using it now.
When's your next book club? Let's do it in a month and some change.
A month and some change. A month and 3 pennies.
It can't go into a nickel.
And they're like, which month though?
You're like, a month from today and some change.
And some change. The average month, okay.
I actually love that.
You're gonna start saying it, and Jose's gonna be like, what the fuck are you on about?
I'm like, figure it out. And they're like, is it a month and 2 days? A month and 3 days? Just figure it out. Some change.
If you don't know, you know.
It's just some change.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And speaking of not change but awards, Jennifer won Best Actress for Silver Lining Playbook back in 2012, and that win made her the second youngest Best Actress in Oscar history, and she won that at the age of 22, which is crazy.
Is this the viral clip where she's like, "Hello, hello," when she walks up? Is that her?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
When she goes, "I just took a shot. I don't know what's going on." Yeah.
She's like, huh? When people are talking.
Yeah, she doesn't know where to look. She goes, "Oh, there you are." Love
There's
it.
also a viral TikTok sound that I didn't realize came from this movie. It's the one where she's like, I do this time and time again. And
Oh yeah. I think it's this one.
Wait a second, what are you doing? What happened? How come you weren't the letter? You weren't outside? What the hell's going on? I can't do it. What do you mean you can't do? Can't do what?
The eyeliner is heavy up in this.
I know.
Tiffany, what are you talking about? What do you mean you can't get the letter to Nikki?
Because what am I getting in return? What are you doing for me?
You said if I wrote a letter, you'd get it to Nikki. That was
because
the
I
setup?
do this time after time after time. I do all this shit for other people. And then I wake up and I'm empty. I have nothing.
What are you talking about? You seem like you're a tough girl to me. Well, you just do things on your own.
I always get myself in these fucking situations. I give everything to other people and I don't get what I want, okay? I'm not my sister.
Okay, so this is our segment that we like to call Who is Bruno? Bruno. This is where we pick a object or a character that is stayed consistent throughout the book and all the different adaptations that have been made from that book. So Silver Linings Playbook. There's a couple of Brunos because they kept it pretty true to the book. So I'm curious on like what object you would say.
Okay, I have one.
I have one too.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, say your Bruno.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
The letters.
The Eagles.
Okay. Okay.
It's the team for me. They kept the Eagles.
Yeah, you're so right.
Strong.
They did.
They could have changed it to another team. But it was all about the Eagles. The whole thing.
That's
was,
so true. It was. It really was. I just chose something
It's like
so
90%
basic.
Eagles. I would have said the letter. I would have said the trash bag that homeboy be wearing when he's
Oh my
running.
god,
because
yes.
it's like there.
Yeah.
They're like, what's with your trash bag in both the book and the movie?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm trying to work out.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
The letters, yes, the letters would have been one too. That's kind of it.
If you had
really.
to choose a person to be the Bruno, who would the person be?
Probably,
I would say Tiffany.
I would say Tiffany too. Pat, even though is the same, it's very different. I feel like in the book he had a lot of mental struggle. The book was very heavy. I mean, he was in there for 4 years. In the book, he's not diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got like memory loss. He's so actually, I would say Dr. Patel.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's true to like they kept him the
Exactly.
same because even when he was in the therapy session in both the book and the movie, he's like, Pat's like, you're an Eagles fan, and he's like, all day, and he's like, they do the little Eagles chant, whatever it is, and then like, when he sees him outside of the doctor's office, he's like, Dr. Patel, like I shouldn't be seeing you here. He's like, when we're not in the office and we see me outside, I am an Eagles fan and we can talk Eagles all day. And he's like, fuck the Giants. Like he's so, I love Dr. Patel.
Yeah.
He would be the Bruno for me.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
I wish it was Danny, Chris Tucker's character.
Yeah.
In the movie, Chris Tucker's character, Danny, literally keeps escaping from the mental facility.
Yeah.
And in the book, he's like released in the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's out. But in the movie, this boy keeps escaping.
He just keeps leaving. He's like, fuck this shit.
Like at the beginning of the movie, he's like, Mom, can we give my friend Danny a ride? And then she gets a call and she's like, he's not supposed to leave. And then Chris Tucker's like, I'm so sorry. It's not, don't blame Pat. It's my fault. Like, just
sorry.
Chris Tucker's so funny.
I know.
I love dancing in the movie when Chris Tucker's like, this is how you guys have to dance. And he's like, shake that ass, girl.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, shake your ass.
He's so funny.
And then Bradley Cooper's like, okay, we got it. Like, I can do it.
Yeah. He's
Like,
all
we're
right,
good.
cool, thanks.
I'm grinding on my girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is our segment that we like to call Arc Corner. And this is a special Arc Corner because, Tiff, do you want to go ahead and give who our Art Corner is? A little teaser.
It's me.
Hi, it's me.
It's me. So if you can't find me,
Look to the western sky. And I'm like, I hope you're happy.
so stupid.
I literally cried at the Oscars when they performed that.
It's so good. Did you see the shoe on her back?
I
said,
girl,
I know where that's
so extra.
from. I know, literally.
She's so extra.
Literally. And so am I. So this is my
This is about me.
So Kim and I currently are not reading any arcs right now because I have to catch up on reading some of the books that I've started and never finished. And Kim is also catching up on a whole bunch of her books. Plus, we have to catch up on the books that we're reading for the podcast. So
yeah.
But one of the things that I was catching up on was my book that I've been writing. I think I've been writing it for like 2 months now or something like that.
Yeah.
So we decided to use this as an opportunity to release the news of my book that I'm writing, which hopefully will be finished with how it is right now, I'm projecting it to be done before summer.
Ooh.
So I don't know exactly the date, but I'll post news about it soon. But yeah, so
you want to give us the title?
Yes,
a blurb,
yes. So the title
Trying
of the
to
book.
get some ARC readers up in here.
I know. Yes, we will be doing ARC signups, which I want to do the ARC signups for Page to Picture. Like I want to post that first before I do it on my personal stuff, just because you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the title of the book is Moonlight Drift. And I will give you a blurb and I'll give you the tropes. So I'll give you the tropes first. Okay. So the tropes are prophecy, fated lovers, fast burn romance, reluctant heroine, found family, and war-torn love.
Ooh.
I know. It's intense.
Fast burn lovers?
Yes,
I love that.
It's a fast burn. So it's like no slow burn. There's no enemies to lovers here. It's just straight up like
lovers.
Instant, like, oh my god, I love this person.
I love it.
Yes. The genre is of romantasy, and I don't know. Right now, I think it's just straight up fantasy romance. There's other genres, but that's mainly it. Okay, so this is the blurb. Okay. May has spent her life in the shadows of war she barely remembers, one that stole her parents and left the world divided between the gifted drifters and the powerless plane. When her school mysteriously burns down, she's forced to transfer to Malister Academy, the most prestigious school for drifters. But within its grand halls, secrets lurk beneath the surface, and May soon uncovers buried truths about her parents, the war, and a brewing revolution far more dangerous than the last. Then there's Evan, heir to a powerful drifter family, raised to believe in the superiority of his kind. Meeting May shatters everything he's ever known. As the lines between past and present blur, a prophecy emerges, one that binds their fates to the coming conflict. With the war threatening to tear the world apart once more, May and Evan must decide who they are meant to be. Can they fight for a future where love and unity prevail, or will the horrors of battle drive them apart? Power, betrayal, destiny, in a world divided by magic, will love be enough to change it?
I love it.
I know.
Do you want to give like your inspiration for your characters?
Because
you could get some ARC readers by your inspiration.
Okay, so Evan is the main character, and my inspiration for him is Draco Malfoy, but not Harry Potter canon Draco. It's more like like fan fiction Draco. And if you know, you know. There is a difference, okay? There's a difference between canon and fanon. So it's more fanon Draco Malfoy. And then the May, I don't really know where the inspiration came from. It's kind of a mixture of like, I don't know who May came from, but her name came from your middle name. So
that is so sweet.
And
I mean, they please.
I hate you. And then there's a like 3 friends. So the best friend of May comes from my best friend. And I named her Katie, obviously. And then there's the 2 best friends of Evan who, okay, one of them is so bad, but my inspiration from him came from like any witty best friend, like Riddick, for example, or like just any funny best friend that you have in any movie. He's like that kind of person. And then the brother of him is based off of just anyone that's like the opposite, complete polar opposite, someone that's like like a broody guy.
So kind of like in our last one of Withering Dreams, the 2 remember they're brothers, and like one's like golden retriever and the other's like broody.
Yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah, but they're and then it's, I don't know, I like it. There's a lot of there's a lot of like you can, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like you're going, like if you're reading it, you're like,
if you like fill in the blank, if you like this and this, you will like this book. If you were to do something,
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I have no idea.
Okay, then never mind.
Sorry, I mean,
I'm so sorry I asked you that.
If you like Fourth Wing, you might like this because it has that like school magical like, you know, element and stuff. And then the book that I'm reading, the Broken Bonds series, if you like that, where it's like you're bonded to like you're fated for something or for someone. Yeah. If you like that kind of aspect, that's a similar way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, that's good.
But I'm writing it in the sense of like you think you know exactly where it's going. Like I made it obvious of like what's gonna happen, but then it makes like a really hard left turn, and you're like, oh, then that's not gonna happen at all. So yeah, it's fun.
Love that.
I know. I'm
Oh
excited.
my God, thank you for being our corner of the week. I can't wait for your book to come out and to read it.
Thank you.
And to have ARC readers read it and to have it pop it on social media. And yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm very excited.
Good.
More to come. And I make artwork for it too. So
ooh.
I know.
Hire her for artwork.
No,
I know there's a lot of people. You're like, I'm too stressed out. I can't do it.
Please. There's too much
anxiety.
going on. Literally. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay then.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us in this episode.
Yes. So next week is spring break. So we are taking a week off. However, when we come back, we will be talking about the book and the movie, The Hating Game.
Yes.
This one I'm excited. I get excited when we do episodes on a book or an adaptation that I have not read or watched, period.
Yeah, me too.
Because then this is like my truest review.
Yeah, it's a wild card. It is.
Yeah. Because all the other ones, we've either watched them.
Yeah.
Majority, I would say for me, it's like 95% of the time I've watched everything that we've talked about.
Yeah.
I think the only one that we didn't was, what was it?
The Lucky One?
No, all the way back in season 1. We did not like it. What was it?
A Good Girl's Guide to Murder?
I had to watch and read for the first time, and we did not like it.
Yeah.
So I'm scared, and I'm like, this book is hard for me to read. It's too YA for me, I feel.
I don't think it is a YA genre.
When I read it, that's how I picture it.
Oh no. Is it because it's Lucy Hale?
Probably Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
It's like this, like, because you know how her thing is like,
oh yeah,
Jessica Center. I hate you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm excited when we do books and movies where we've never seen that. Well, you've seen The Hating Game, right? Okay.
I've just seen clips on TikTok.
Okay, I've just seen the cover on social media when I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do this one because I feel like it gives our truest opinion and we're not swayed already.
Yeah.
So that will be our upcoming episode.
Yes, and you can watch The Hating Game on Hulu, and if you want to watch the Silver Linings Playbook, it is on Max. And as always, you can get your books at your local bookstore. You can go to Barnes & Noble or wherever you get your books, and then you can also get it on Kindle. The Hating Game is on Kindle Unlimited. The Silver Lining Playbook, I don't remember.
You have to purchase it.
Yeah, you have to buy it. I don't know how much the price is. I'm not going to say because that'll steer people away from buying it, but it's a good book. I recommend. Or you can listen to it on Audible. You can listen to both The Hating Game and Silver Lining Playbook on Audible, as well as any other book we've talked about or even haven't. And if you don't have Audible, we do have a 30-day free trial that you can do, which gives you 1 free credit. And with that free credit, you can get literally any book under the sun. And if you have an Audible membership, you get a free credit every month. And then you also get access to a whole ton of free books. They have a bunch of free books on Audible that you can listen to. Or you can just buy books on Audible and just listen all day, every day. And you can get that through our link, audible.com/page to picture. And we'll post that. It's in our link tree and in our bios and all that good stuff. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So, thank you guys for joining us on today's episode. I hope that everybody finds the silver lining in their life.
So cheesy.
What does he say? Excelsior?
Excelsior.
Okay, you say it.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I do hope everybody finds the silver lining in their life. I love that he kept saying that. Like,
I know.
I'm just trying to look for the silver lining in any situation.
Yeah.
Because it's tough out there.
It's rough out in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
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 Okay. Bye.
Bye.